Hello! I messed up!
Yeah, you heard me right. I completely messed up. I recorded 5 episodes worth of content, and unfortunately, the mic didn't work for any of them. So what we're gonna have today is we're gonna have future Kevin talk about what past Kevin did and try to make it as entertaining as possible. Yes, I'm standing. Thought you could use something different. Anyway, let's get on to the video. Good afternoon, Pokésports, and welcome to another VGC Regulation E video, bringing you a post-commentated Battle Stadium situation. So, this is going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting because I don't usually do post-coms, but I do know that they are good sometimes because you get to reflect on what you did previously and you are able to learn from your mistakes. I made a couple of mistakes today already, so hopefully past Kevin impresses me. Now, this team is from Wabu VGC, who did post this on the Pokésports Discord. If you guys aren't already members, become a member, post your rental codes there, and they might appear here on the channel. You never know. So the whole thought process of this team is you got a Golem explodes next to the Klops sets Trick Room, and then you swap into better Pokemon than a Golem. Hopefully we get to try it out today. I honestly don't even remember how this game went, so we're both gonna learn together. We're both going to learn together how this will go, and I'm only excited to see what kind of a disaster this will be, but hopefully I make this a little bit entertaining to you guys. Like I said, we do have a Pokésports Discord. You can leave your rental codes there. We're not actually taking Regulation E rental codes anymore just because we kind of just figured out the rest of the meta already. We already know the videos that are going to go up for Regulation E. So, if you guys have any Regulation F teams, now might be a pretty good time to drop those Poképastes down below. You don't need the rental codes for it. If you just drop the Poképastes, Mike and myself both need rental codes to play. And anyway, we're going right on to game 1. So join the Discord there, Pokésports.info into your address bar. Going against Alex, who is rocking the Tinglu Salamence core, I guess. I don't know. Tinglu Salamence core with the Azumarill as well. A lot of cool looking Pokemon on Alex's side of the field. But you know what? Not great Pokemon for me. Now, I see Alex's game plan. I see his thought process. I see his ideas that are sinking through his head. And I'm just like, I want to explode. I see all those Pokemon. None of them really want to be exploded on, except for maybe the Sinistcha. Sinistcha can kind of ruin me a little bit. But yeah, the thought process here is I'm noticing that, hey, this whole team is weak to water. So I'm gonna kind of need a way around the Azumarill, right? You got the Armarouge weak to water, you got the Bear weak to water, you got the Golem and the Garganacl all weak to water as well. So if I can get around the Azumarill, I might actually stand a chance in this matchup. But granted, Azumarill can be a very scary Pokemon, especially when you let it get going. Alex is locking in. Let's see that trainer card, friend. What you got? Will it be garbage or will it be cool? That's the true testament to how good of a player Alex is. I dig it. I like it. Family form household. I can appreciate that. Now, what you gonna lead with? Azumarill and Tinglu. Remember what we said about water types, folks. You see one, you kill one. So initially, I gotta think. How can I get this Azumarill off the field? How can I get rid of it? What can I do to defeat this water type? I know one thing I can do. As normal Tera explode. So by going for the normal Tera, I'm able to stay alive from the incoming hit while also increasing my explosion damage at the same time by giving myself stab. I was a little bit worried about a belly drum, and that's why, because there was a belly drum there. Now my biggest concern is obviously belly drum plus 6. Then you can start aqua jetting me, and then that's never a good time with huge power. But it's not gonna matter. Throat chop into my Klops, super effective crit. Kevin Luck starting off the video hot. Not a big deal though, because now we explode, and just like that, the video is over. I did everything I wanted to accomplish today. I exploded. I got a KO on specifically a water type Pokemon. So far, past Kevin's going pretty hard. So far, past Kevin is having an absolute blast. I'll let you know when past Kevin is also having a miserable time, don't you worry. Alright, Trick Room's up. Clops has fulfilled its purpose, and now, just like that, Golem is gone. We get to bring in the real Pokemon. We got the bear. Moon Bear represent, baby. Sinistra's coming out. Kind of an issue, but here's the thing. I exploded already, so the ghost type actually doesn't mean much for me. Past Kevin, what will you do? There's not much I can do. I think I'm just going to burn the Ting, right? Yeah, let's just make the Ting useless, essentially. Oh, this was an interesting Ursaluna, by the way. This Ursaluna had Ice Punch and no Facade. I was a little bit thrown aback by that, but hey. It did its work. It did its job. I was proud of it. All right, Tinglu's burnt. It's essentially not a Pokemon anymore. Ice Punch on the Sinistra. Bop. They didn't see that coming. There's no way they saw that coming. And it's a nice little crit for crit we got from last turn, too. Oh, yeah, eject button. That's right. That's kind of like a low-key, pretty decent strategy, right? Because you're able to get the eject button off. Hospitality twice, essentially. They smack me with the Intimidate also as well. Not a big fan. But it's all good. They just saw the Ice Punch. So, currently, on my opponent's side of the field, like, we were talking... during the video, I was talking about, like, how... not having Facade is kind of weird for a bear, but in this situation, specifically only this situation, having Ice Punch clears their whole back line. We get rid of Sinistra, we get rid of Salamence, and we get rid of Ting. All not an issue. Now, the only thing we have to worry about is an incoming Terrestrialization, but we worry about that later. Essentially, I'm in such a decent position right now with Garganacl. I was like, I got no reason not to just set up the +6. Literally no reason. All right, swapping out back into Sinistra, getting Hospitality again. This is why it's so annoying, man. Especially with Intimidate. Like that, this strategy of like eject button Sinistra with Hospitality plus the Intimidate, kind of irritating. You can really just like heal, Intimidate constantly. I might try it out. I was so impressed that I might try it out. All right, I kind of predicted a switch, which is why I just decided to get some damage off on the Tinglu. They go for the Stomping Tantrum on the Garganacl, and look at that damage. That's not even a move. You like might as well have taken... I think that they did the same damage to me after lefties as they did to themselves with Burn. So, honestly, Tinglu, not a Pokemon anymore. I really hope Past Kevin decides to ignore Tinglu for the rest of this game, because it's honestly pointless to give it any attention. Alright, I kind of made a misplay here. I went for Salt Cure, maybe predicting a Salmon swap again, just so they can really try to abuse the whole hospitality situation. But the reason why that was a misplay is because my Garganacl went first, so I could have had, you know, a Salt Cure on a Tinglu on top of the burn at the same time. Instead, I doubled into a Pokemon that really only needed one Ice Punch to go down. Hindsight, sure. It doesn't matter that much, though. I think I still am in a favorable position here at the very least. All right, Mence. Coming back out. Got me at -2. Again, none of this matters really for the Garganacl. Garganacl is only using its defense stat to attack, so not a big deal there. But what we do got is another Ice Punch. Like I said, I'm just throwing Ice Punches everywhere. There is still a Tera intact on my opponent's side of the field. Still a big Tera intact. Still a very scary Tera intact. And there it is. Let's see what it's going to be. I don't want to spoil it. I think I remember what it was. Might have an axe on its head. Okay. Yeah. Steel Tera Mence. It's a threat. All right, let's Salt Cure it up. The thing is, like, my Salt Cure will now do more damage, so that doesn't matter at all. So they had a pretty rough decision to make. Either they die to the Ice Punch, or they take more Salt Cure damage while simultaneously not enjoying the Ice Punch. So I guess they made the right decision there. They had to go for that. Followed by the Dragon Claw. Lol. Garganacl can't go down this game. They got 2 physical Pokemon left. One is burnt. And I think I'm at +4 with Garganacl now. They just, like, Steel Terra in front of me, so... I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I think someone's body wants to get pressed, if you know what I mean. I think the Salamence... Look at that Salt Cure damage. It's beautiful. I think... What is that, like 1/6? It's high. I know it's a lot. Alright, at this point, I'm kind of questioning why we're still playing this game, because I'm pretty locked in. I am the victory is locked in. I go for the quick protect just because I might as well show them that I can make a read, I guess. I don't know. That protect was kind of pointless. The Dragon Claw, not a big deal. I think I just wanted to body press and get rid of the Salamence as safely as possible. But look at that read. Oh, and the Garganacl Avoid. Not that it matters too much. Got double Salt Cure on both sides of the field. The Ting Lu is actually burnt and Salt Cured. I made a whole Moose Prosciutto right now. This Ting Lu is not a Pokemon. It is a Salt Cured Moose that I am cooking with burn. Alright, Salamence is literally a body press away. This is the problem with post-coms. Like, when I'm doing it live, I can stall it out. I can make the live enjoyable. But here, we're just watching burns and salt cures happening. But it's no big deal. Alright, there's the final body press. Why am I doubling there? Just, Kevin, end the game. It's like I'm trying to make this last longer. Alright, Rock Slide. Doubling into my Ursaluna. I don't have Trick Room anymore, if you guys didn't notice. Big Headlong Rush. Onto the Mence. Bye-bye, Mence. And next, finally, the Garganacl is looking into the eyes of that burnt salt-cured moose. Looking into the eyes of that burnt prosciutto moose. Prosciutto moose. Moose prosciutto. And saying, hey, would you like a piece of my body? And I flinch. Okay, never mind. I guess the game's not ending yet. This game should have ended 4 turns ago. It's deciding to keep going. Actually, I think they will go down to this, right? There's enough juice here? Yeah, there's enough juice. Nice. Taking a dub right away with the Golem. I know it might have looked like Garganacl did everything, and that's because kind of it did. But like I said, the whole purpose of the Golem is to lead Golem, explode, and swap in a better Pokemon. Now, here we are against Pluto. Pluto rocking the male Indeedee. I would have never guessed that's what I was going to see today. Male Indeedee with the Ninetales, Golden Go, Murkrow, Ogerpon, Hearthplay Mask, and Mouse House. Okay. Fine. Not a big deal. I'm checking my Tera. I got Tera Psychic here. I don't know what I would have preferred, but this, I'm looking at this and I'm like, we size spam it up. They only got one thing that can't get size spammed, and that's a Murkrow. I'm not afraid of Murkrow. I can deal with Murkrow. Murkrow's not an issue. It's just a bird. It's a bird with no issues. In fact, I think I locked in pretty much everything. I brought the Golem in the back. Don't remember what my last Pokemon is. I wasn't paying attention to the post commentary that I should be paying attention to. But it's no big deal. If I recall correctly, I think the Golden Go was my biggest concern on this team. And I was even considering maybe not Trick Rooming just so I could deal with the Golden Go right away. Also, that Hearthflame Mask kind of scared me. That's why I led with the Armarouge. That way I at least have the Flash Fire to where I can just give him a big ol', you know, spanking. Alright, Daft Punk, what you got? Murkrow and Ninetales gonna be my opponent's lead. Now, they can do a couple things here. I can do a couple things here. I think the one thing I want to do the most is blow him up. I had very little reason, especially since that's a prankster Murkrow, to not just Expanding Force and Trick Room. So instead I decided to Heat Wave and Trick Room. I guess that makes sense though. Heat Wave would still do a lot of damage onto the Ninetales as well. Would also do a lot of damage onto the Murkrow as well. So it's not too bad. They go for the Aurora Veil, kind of, you know, an obvious play there, and then smack my Armarouge with the foul play. Thankfully, we don't have that much attack stat, so the Heat Wave can bring the Ninetales down to the yellow, and the Murkrow actually eats that very well. Like, better than I expected Murkrow to eat that, but granted, it was behind screens in hide and sight, and also, they have Eviolite. So there's always that. I think at this point, I'm just like, I have no reason not to just keep going. And I was so convinced that my Dazzling Gleam would be enough to knock out the Murkrow, completely ignoring the fact that, hey, maybe I have to worry about screens as they swap in their Ogerpon. Now, this Ogerpon doesn't appreciate this Heat Wave, but at the same time, doesn't really care. And seeing how that Murkrow took that Heat Wave a lot better than I expected, I'm like, oh, this Dazzling Gleam doesn't do it. And it doesn't do it. So Murkrow gets another opportunity to attack into my Armarouge. I have way too much damage on my Armarouge right now for absolutely no reason. Thankfully, no priority on my opponent's side of the field. And on top of that, even if they had priority, they couldn't use it thanks to the Psychic Terrain. But it's time to click Expanding Force. I think I had no reason not to click Expanding Force here, just to eliminate Ogerpon. We saw how much the Heat Wave does. It's not enough. The Psychic Tera plus the Psychic Terrain Expanding Force boosted damage. Come on, that's too much. Ain't a single screen in the world that could save you from this amount of damage. Now, you know me. I'm Kevin. I like me some Psy Spam. It's just who I am. I'm a toxic player, I guess. So, if you just tell me, if I just see a situation to where Indeedee Armarouge can win me the game, I'm gonna bring those Pokemon. I'm gonna win the game. You know? Like, sure, you could be saying, Kevin, this is the Golem video. Where's Golem? Golem's here. He's just waiting for his turn. He's in the back. He's, you know, he's on his way. It's not his time yet. Look at that. That's 3 Pokemon down. Not a single Pokemon on Pokésports out in the field just dropped yet. There's one thing I know how to do with Psy Spam. Never mind. I thought the Ninetales went down. It's still here. Well, there's about to be 3 Pokemon down on my opponent's side of this side of the field. Spoiler alert. We might not make it that far. Anyway, I'm deciding if I should heal pulse or not. I kind of don't really have a reason to, but I click it anyway. Battle is canceled. Taking this dub. Nice and easy, quick little one with Psy Spam. Let's see if the next one we're able to bring some Golem. Alright, Darth Lele. Rocking the Hisuian Arcanine. Golden Go again. Second Golden Go today. Amoonguss. Iron Hands. Urshifu. Potentially Rapid Strike. That smells like a Rapid Strike Urshifu. And a Tornadus. So looking at my opponent's team. I see the Amoonguss. I fear the Amoonguss. You gotta respect the Amoonguss, you know? Because if you disrespect the Amoonguss, Amoonguss is gonna put you to bed. I don't want that. So my thought process here is gonna be, don't even set Trick Room. Don't give Amoonguss the satisfaction of being able to hit you with Trick Room. Because the issue with that is, if you do, you can lose the game. That's no fun. Now, what I wanted to do was just bring a lot of Pokemon that didn't really care about Amoonguss whatsoever. That was the initial issue. So I led with Psy Spam. I'm bringing the bear because the bear gets burnt. And I'm bringing the Garganacl. Did I bring the bear? Did I not bring Golem? I think I did somewhere. Maybe I went Clops. I don't know. I guess we'll find out in like literally 5 seconds. But I want to bring the bear because bear can burn itself, can't go to sleep because it's already burnt. And I want to bring Garganacl because of Purifying Salt. Your salt is pure, can't get burnt, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how that logic works, but it works somehow. Alright, white hair and glasses, bringing the Iron Hands in Arcanine as the lead, as I do bring Indeedee and Armarouge. I guess I did bring Golem? Did I not bring Golem? Did I forget this was the Golem video? I might have brought Golem and Garganacl in the back then. Now, I was surprised not to see Amoonguss immediately. But hey, this is a pretty decent lead for me. I'm looking at this Arcanine and I'm realizing, hold up, I just have to go for Psychic Tera, not get flinched, and blow him up. That was where my mind was going. Let's see if it happens. When in doubt, we explode. I also go for the Follow Me. So this is where my game plan gets messed up a little bit. Because I was initially expecting a Rock Slide. Right? So I wanted to redirect the Wild Charge into my Indeedee and then just live the Rock Slide with my Tera. Turns out they fake outed in Psychic Terrain. Didn't expect that. I Follow Me away. An incoming Arcanine. Choice Banded. Head Smash. Ain't no investment in the world could have saved me from that. Not a single one. So that's a big L for me. This might look like a big W. That's a big L. Because 2 reasons. I don't even knock the Iron Hands. Oh, I do knock the Iron Hands. Big W for me. What can I say? Oh, we take those. I must have been misremembering another game. Well, this is going a lot better than I anticipated. I did bring Golem, by the way. Hello, Golem. Welcome. Welcome to the battle. Welcome to the video. This is your video, by the way. I don't know if you guys noticed. It's the Golem video. What does my opponent do? Why do I feel like I'm going to struggle with this game somehow? Like they're going to somehow find a way to come back. Alright, Sparkly Golem friend coming back. Urshifu is here. Oh, I think I remember what happened. I thought to myself, they will always attack into my Armarouge here. But I'm going to make them make a choice. Either they attack into my Armarouge and stop Trick Room, or I explode and end their life. I think I overestimated Golem a little bit to be able to end anything's life. They're going to go for the Tera. Water Tera the bear. A very scary berry. Not a fan. Big sad. Don't like seeing it. They go for the Rain Dance. I was like, oh, they're Rain Dancing. That means they're not attacking Golem. They're going straight into that Armarouge to stop my Trick Room, which, hey, fair enough. Very good play. But still, I had to make a play. I also didn't really have a safe switch into this Rain Dance because, as I mentioned a couple of battles ago, there's 4 Pokemon weak to water on this team. So if you don't deal with the water type, you might just lose. And here's my explosion. I thought this would do more than what it does. Yeah, it's definitely not enough. And I lost my whole health bar for it. A little unfortunate. A tad unfortunate. Now I have a Garganacl who can't do anything specifically to a Rain Dance Urshifu. So unfortunately, we're going to be losing this game in a couple of seconds. Taking a big L here. I mean, I think the initial thing that I would have reconsidered if I had to replay this game is that whole turn 1. Because if I didn't Tera my Armarouge, I would have had Tera here for Garganacl, and it would have been a Ghost Tera, which I think I could have lived 1 Rapid Strike. Maybe finished off the Urshifu with like a Salt Cure plus Salt Cure residual damage situation, and then it would have been a guy with a rock move versus a genie with flying moves. I think I would have been fine. Anyway, on to the next. Here we have a Bramblegast. Bramblegast with the King Gambit. Blue Gastrodon, Heatran, Landorus, and Tornadus. Very good team. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this team. It has very good, hard-hitting Pokemon. Very interesting Grass, Water, Fire core. Not a Grass, Water, Fire core that we see too often with like the whole Bramblegast plus Heatran plus Gastrodon. That's really not a common one, but a good one nevertheless. The King Gambit is going to give me my initial problems for like size spam situations, so I kind of take a step back. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to size spam here. I think this is the game for Golem and Consuela. We go with the Clops, and we bring in the Golem, excuse me, Brolem, and we see what we can do in this situation. Now, last but not least, we're going to add a bear to the team, because again, what's the whole plan with Golem, folks? Say it with me now. Say it with me. You explode, and then you bring in the better Pokemon that aren't Golem. Looking through this team, Wabu VGC, if you're watching out there, out of curiosity, like I know it's cool that we're using Golem, but technically Garganacl can explode too, can it? Technically, it's fine. It's the Golem team. All right, they're gonna go ahead and lead with King Gambit and the Intimidator friend, Landorus. Now, not a great thing. We see the scarf, we see the vest, kind of straightforward, simple things, and we're intimidated right away. Now, my next thought is, oh, there's a King Gambit in front of me. I'm a little concerned. I am scared of this King Gambit. What can I do? So I go for the Dark Tera with my Clops. try to attempt the Trick Room and make the hard swap into the bear. At the very least, I'll have a bear with no Intimidate, and I'll also have a bear that is burnt next turn that I can use to its maximum potential for turns to come. Now, the next concern I was worried about was the fact that I'm going to Dark Tera, and I'm probably getting U-turned on right now, right? This is like the perfect time for them to just go for a U-turn and then just have me go down. But it's all good. We're going to go for the Dark Tera turn 1. First time we're going to go for the Tera on our Dusclops too. Stomping Tantrum. They don't go for a U-turn. They just go for the Stomping Tantrum to Urse. It's not going to do any damage, but they doubled down my Urse. That is the last thing I expected them to do. I literally clicked Dark Tera for no reason. Because they didn't care. They didn't go for it. And they just, you know, took advantage and knocked me down a peg or two. Now, the good news is I have Ice Punch. I don't think they know I have Ice Punch. This Ice Punch legitimately is doing so much for me in today's video. It's actually doing an incredible amount in today's video. I'm super impressed by this Ice Punch. Alright. Opponent's communicating. Every time they communicate, we just start dancing to music. Alright, next. Sucker Punch into my bear. Not enough, though. Look how thick this bear is. Catch this Will-O-Wisp. Enjoy this Will-O-Wisp. And also, do you like this Cold Fist that my bear has? Get ready for it, Landorus. You ready? Get out of here. Landorus going down, folks. Bye-bye. Now, my bear is very burnt. My bear is very sad. I have 8 HP left on this thing. So we gotta think about what we're doing. We gotta worry about the Sucker Punch. We gotta realize the possibilities. And we gotta see what they go into next. It is Gastrodon. Unfortunately, with their team, they were also a very slow team against me. So it was kind of a catch-22 there. Anyway, I make a hard swap here just because I predict an incoming attack into my poor little bear. The problem with this is that, like I told you guys in the beginning of this video, water types are very good against this team. So we have to focus water types. And as you can see, I have 3 Pokemon on my team that can't deal with this Gastrodon. And I just wasted my Tera on a Clops that wasn't even touched by a Dark move. So you could say that I'm also having not a great time in this battle so far. But we get the Will-O-Wisp buff on the Gastro just to get rid of its potential lefties, just to get rid of its healing, just lower its health down, chip it down, whittle it down, because it's going to be a problem. Thankfully, they go for Ice Beam and not Earth Power, but they also go for Low Kick, which actually hurts. But thankfully, again, they're a burnt boy. Dusclops, also, kudos to Dusclops in today's video. Doesn't miss a single Will-O-Wisp. Aaron Zhang could never. Aaron, I love you. Alright. What do we got? What do I do next? Oh, yeah. We're just chipping. We're just chipping away. Sure, I got 4 things on my team weak to water. But sure, I have a Dark Tera Dusclops that doesn't really do much on the field. But Dark Tera Dusclops is at least not weak to water. Now with the Salt Cure and the burn, I guess I'm making some Slug Prosciutto today too. Unfortunately, take the Earth Power, but I live at 14. A lot of very close lives in today's battle. I forced the double up into the Gargantual slot, but as long as I got my Salt Curing, I think we're in a pretty advantageous position. Maybe not the greatest position, but advantageous nevertheless. Alright, Salt is cured. Into the Golem we go. It is the Golem video after all. And at this point, do I explode? Am I going to be that guy? I don't know what I do. Yeah, do I? Did I just explode? Or did I high horsepower like an intelligent person? I guess let's find out. The interesting thing I guess I could have done in hindsight, now like rewatching this game back, is maybe going for a pain split on myself or a pain split on them. But the thing is, like, I didn't lose that much health, and neither did they. Alright, Night Slash is not enough, and on top of that, they have a berry, dude. The Night Slash plus the burn plus the Salt Cure would have been enough, but that Wiki Berry, they're all the way at the end, really messing us up. The good news is, oh, I just clicked Protect. Okay, so I was a little intelligent. I thought, hey, I should get rid of Slug before I allowed the Slug to hurt me. Now, it looks like they don't actually have a water move on this Slug. So we saw Ice Beam, we saw Earth Power. There was no reason for them not to click a water move if they had it there. I guess in general, water is just not that common of a stab to have anymore. Twisted Dimensions also return to normal here. And this is key to this game. Because keep in mind, I saved my bear. I saved the bear in the back for this specific purpose, and that's to be the hard sack. I'm able to get the Trick Room back up, prosper again, maybe explode, I don't know. And see where this game takes us. Iron Head into the Earth, gonna knock it out. Followed by probably an Earth Power from the Gastro. Yeah, just an Earth Power into my Clops. Clops is like shrugging these off. Clops doesn't care. This King Gambit has been on the field this whole game. And not a problem for like 12 turns. Alright, Burn plus Salt Cure on the Slug. Bye-bye, Slug. I was never able to get the Salt Cure on the King Gambit, unfortunately. I would have locked in the game a little bit more, but it's all good. Yeah, that's right, because I got doubled in. When I had Gargantuar in, I got doubled into right away. Alright, who's their last? It's gonna be the Heatran. I am so happy to see this Heatran here because Golem is a ground type. Now, I don't believe they terrestrialized yet. Yeah, that's what I'm checking right now. Yeah, they haven't terrestrialized yet. And that's what I was initially afraid of. I was initially afraid that, hey, they're going to terrestrialize and I'm going to be sad. But at the same time, I'm Golem, and I can do Golem things. Golem things for now is Protect, though. We're going to play it safe. Got to take it slow, play it safe. See where this game is going, see what we can do about it. Now, my opponent's down to their final two, and one of them doesn't do any damage. We're also down to our final two, though. And the one thing we have to be very concerned with is that Heatran. That Heatran can really, really, really mess some things up for us. As it plans to. Alright, Grass, Tera, Heatran. At this point, I was like, I really, really, really hope they are Fairy Tera. At the very least. But no, unfortunately they are Grass Tera. So that is going to complicate some things here. I go for the Nightshade on to the King Gambit. Wow, I think I'm putting myself in a position where I might just explode again because I hope it's enough damage and it just ends up not being enough damage. I'm trusting too much in this Golem today. I don't know why. Alright, we got the King Gambit down to half. And I'm realizing I don't got the right Pokemon for the job. And I'm hoping... Oh, I'm checking speeds. Alright, I'm making sure that the Golem goes after my Clops, which it does, thankfully. Do we Nightshade or do we Pain Split? Yeah, we Nightshade. Oh, never mind. We Pain Split the Heatran. I don't know what I was hoping for there. And I do the I can't believe I did it too. I'm brave. They hit me with the Sucker Punch. Not going to do enough damage. I should have just Nightshaded here now that I'm looking at it. Like, why did I Pain Split? Nightshade would have done a little bit more damage. Watch, the Heatran's going to live at 1 HP. Close enough. I don't think Nightshade would have made the difference there, though. Definitely would have made the difference next turn. Alright, Tera Blast. Youch! Yeah, this is going to be painful. Not that painful, but painful enough. The problem is I can't even Pain Split them now because they have less health now, or they have more health now. So this whole time, I was banking on this Heatran to not have Protect because it showed us Tera Blast. I presumed it had Flash Cannon, Heat Wave, Earth Power. I thought it wouldn't have Protect. I said it to myself. It wouldn't have Protect, Kevin. You're silly to believe it has Protect. So I attacked it this turn. All I had to do this turn was attack the King Gambit. All I had to do. Expect the Protect, attack King Gambit, move on. Then Nightshade. Because that little bit of Iron Head damage might cost me this game now. From 57 HP down to 36. That minuscule amount might have cost me the game. The burn damage still does not knock out King Gambit, but again, a Nightshade would have. Because now they could Sucker Punch. And now I need this Nightshade to be enough damage to knock out the Heatran. But after the lefties, you guessed it, folks, the Heatran lives at 1 HP. Now, if only I clicked Nightshade instead of Pain Split. And this is where trust me, guys, you don't have to yell at past Kevin in the comments. It's okay. He's a silly little man. Not a big deal. Future Kevin, he's going to be the biggest critic of past Kevin, specifically in today's video. And unfortunately, we're taking home a loss in today's video. But still, Golem did its thing. Thank you so much, Wabu VGC, on the Pokésports Discord for posting this team there. I do greatly appreciate it. And of course, remember, if you guys want to go ahead and send us your Regulation F teams, do that. Pokesports.info in your address bar. I'm Kevin, this is Pokesports. Let me know what you thought of this format. It wasn't intentional, but I hope I can make it a little bit enjoyable for everyone. Anyway, have yourselves a great night, and peace out. Bye-bye.